Hey guys, it's Coach Steve, and I've got this week's workout brief. Starting on Monday, we're going to start off playing with the box squats, and this time fairly quickly building to a heavy 3 reps. This may not be a 3 rep max, but something that's heavy for the day. Keep in mind all of the things we've been building with these box squats, trying to maintain that chest position, light deload on the box, and then focusing on that, building heavy. And then we're going to get into a little bit of a longer workout, 28-minute AMRAP, 400-meter run, 36 sit-ups, 400-meter run, 36 box jumps, and a 1-minute handstand hold. The goal here is that this is going to leave you breathing fairly heavily, especially since there is quite a bit of running here. Those sit-ups, maybe a little bit of a break, but they're going to keep your heart rate going a little bit. Obviously, those box jumps will for sure. Your biggest break for breathing purposes is going to be actually holding a handstand. So that's one of those places where that's going to kind of elevate pretty quickly for 28 minutes. That's the biggest thing to keep your eye on, is just how you manage your heart rate. Can you keep things in that even pace, looking for going even for 28 minutes straight. But obviously, if you got too hot, that's going to be hard. So ease into this one. Don't go out super hot, and try to maintain through those 28 minutes. On Tuesday, we're going to start off with pull-ups, going to something that is heavy for you. If you have pull-ups, this is weighted pull-ups going heavy. Or if you do not have pull-ups yet, this is either using the fewest bands possible, or getting a little bit of help, somebody helping you with your legs, or using your own legs to do 2 pull-ups, but going to a place that's difficult for you to get to. Once we're done with that, we're going into the benchmark workout, Cindy. Cindy is 20 minutes, as many rounds as possible, 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 air squats. All 3 of these movements should go by pretty quickly and easily. You shouldn't be sitting between transitions thinking, oh my gosh, this next movement's going to be hard. You should be just going through this very methodically, very specifically, trying to maintain the same rhythm, same pace for this entire 20 minutes. At some point, that may slow down. That's fine. But as long as you're 12 to 15 minutes in before that happens, you're doing great. If you're not able to do that, or if one of those movements looks significantly harder than the other ones, modify the movement, make that easier, or scale the reps down, and just keep moving through this one. This one should be more of a breather as much as it is muscle fatigue. So kind of make sure you balance that out and it's not leaning too far on one side. On Wednesday, we're going to start off with some hang pow cleans, going 5 reps unbroken for 2 sets, and then 3 reps unbroken for 2 sets, and seeing how heavy we can go. Hang pow cleans are going to tax your grip and your shoulders, but they really focus on using your hips to generate the power. And that's really what we're focusing on here, is we want power transition from our hips through the bar so we can do those cleans very, very powerfully. And then we're getting into a 10-minute AMRAP, 5 power cleans, 10 front rack lunges, 15 toes to bar. This is going to be a pretty quick pace. This is 10 minutes. The weights here should not be super crazy heavy. You should feel like this is maintainable for you, and not going to a place that's really going to slow you down from a weight perspective. The reps, specifically, if you try to go from those 5 power cleans to the front rack lunges, may be a little bit aggressive, and those 15 toes to bar will start to add up, especially after hitting those hang power cleans initially. So watch that grip. But otherwise, this should be one that you kind of push fairly hard on. It's 10 minutes. You should be able to keep moving through most of this with short breaks, and just get through these pretty quickly. On Thursday, starting off with some Turkish get-ups, doing every 2 minutes on the minute, and trying to play with this movement and building weights each round, or kind of building to something that feels heavy to you. 2 reps each side. The Turkish get up should be something that you do very controllably. This isn't one that I want people to really go fast on. Really think about going very slow, keeping things locked in, and try not to fudge it, right? This is one of those movements that there can be transitions in there that you don't completely get. So you just kind of power through it. See if you can really honestly control that weight all the way through from the floor to standing back to the floor before you move up in weight. Once we're done with that, we're going into a 24-minute EMOM or a 6-round EMOM, E4 MOM, 400-meter run, and then some calories on the bike or rower. And this is all about heart rate and going at a moderately high level every single round and get through this. Doing quick is going to actually be, within reason, going to be the better approach, like going to give you some time to rest and recover so that you can do that again. 6 rounds of this is going to mean that you're going to start to fall off. Don't go too far down so that you don't fall off the cliff completely. But the goal is to push this pace just a little bit so that you can really get through it and have some time to rest so you can be ready for that next round. On Friday, going to tap off the split jerk work we've been doing, going to go to a heavy single. Build on what we've been doing on those split jerks, see where this goes, and go heavy. See what you can do. See what the practice has given us. And after that, we're going into a 9-minute AMRAP. This is 5 push press, 10 push jerks, and then bodybuilders over the bar. This one should be a shoulder burner, and it should go pretty hard and fast. This is one of those places where you want to push that pace. Your shoulders are going to burn. That's perfect. That's what we're looking for here. The weights here shouldn't be super heavy. Think about keeping these a little bit lighter and getting more reps out of this, or just getting to the point where you can push through this very consistently. On Saturday, we're going to start off playing with some power snatch, 3 power snatch every 2 minutes on the minute for 6 rounds. With building weight. The idea here is we're practicing this movement and slowly building this weight, almost like a warm-up, but a very much more specific, focusing in on the skill as much as it is anything else. Once we're through that, we're going into a 15-minute AMRAP, and this is going to look pretty similar to a workout we did last week. 3 power snatches on this one at a pretty heavy weight, thinking about singles on this one, and then 15 box jump overs. Once you complete a round, you take a 30-second rest and do it again. This is one of those where really want to focus in on those power snatches. The weights should be somewhat challenging for you to do really, really well, really cleanly. So you want to slow down on those, really be very specific about the setup, really make sure you have a good solid catch, and don't rush those power snatches. Those box jump overs, that's where you're going to push the pace and continue to get those as a nice, even, consistent rate. And then you get to that 30-second rest, which is going to give you time to recover, focus back in on those power snatches again, and really get into just that focus, that metronome kind of pace of doing the same things over and over with those power snatches. Have that checklist in your head of this is what I'm going to do, and make every single rep look and feel the same, and then move on to those box jump overs. That's what we have coming up this week, guys. Look forward to seeing you in the gym. Bye.